Gabby Hall. So this summer I learned a lot about collaboration, and it was split up into two parts. I did research in Technion at Haifa, Israel, and worked on the Puertas curriculum, and I will be talking more about both of these aspects of my summer. So when I was given the opportunity to do a collaboration between the lab that I work at now and a lab in Technion, I jumped on the opportunity, and my goal was to learn how to fabricate this biosensor that would be used for diagnostics in the future to detect cancer or diseases. So the outline that I had was within a month, I was to learn how to make this resonator sensor for diagnostics, strengthen the connection between the two labs, learn about and experience Israel since I was there, and take this fabrication to the US so that I can teach everyone how to make it. But of course, there were a change of plans. As soon as I got there, it turns out that the researcher who was going to teach me was at MIT, not in Israel. So I had to make the planets and stars align in 1 month and learn how to make the sensor on my own. Well, I was partnered with a researcher, and we tried again and again and again and again. These are some photos of the prototypes. We made some fun salt crystals, which are not the sensor, but it was fun to make. And ultimately, we were able to make the droplet resonator. But ultimately, what I learned the most was how important a collaborative lab environment was. As I was working on the research, I was back to back with another guy, and when he had some breaking thing, I would help him. When I had some breaking thing, he would help me. If I was breaking something, he would also help me. And something else that made it so important was the time that we all spent together. So we had ping pong tournaments, ate watermelon, had coffee breaks, but we would brainstorm and help each other out with our projects, talk about recent technology news, and just create this really uplifting and positive environment for us to work. Another aspect of my time in Israel was being able to travel and learn about the rich history and culture of the country that I was in. I was able to talk with the researchers I worked with and the PI and his family, some family friends, and learn a lot about the history. And something else I was able to experience was how quickly and how strongly I was able to make connections. So for example, when I went to Tel Aviv, I stayed at a hostel and immediately made friends with all these other scientists who happened to be there. And the next day we went to Ein Gedi in the Dead Sea just on an impromptu trip. So again, ultimately I was able to make the sensor with a lot of help. And now I am gathering the materials to be able to teach everyone in the lab how to make the sensor so we can use it into a biosensor in the future. The other aspect of my summer was working on the Puertas curriculum, where Niños Cambios Puertas is a WashU group where we tutor Latinx students who tend to not have access to educational resources. And Puertas, the group that I'm in, we teach college prep and ACT materials. So what I wished to do was to generate an optimization algorithm that would take in parameters and output a custom curriculum for the student. And some of the parameters being the time availability with the students, their diagnostic results, etc. So I tried using a Google API, using the employee scheduling algorithm because we had set lesson plans and I just wanted to shuffle it and organize it using this algorithm for each student. And I had help from mentor and professor, but some limitations were that it couldn't be used in the future if there wasn't going to be someone who had the expertise. So I was able to think about what's the community need and was there going to be someone who could use it in the future. And when I realized that that wouldn't be possible, I instead worked on creating a thorough English curriculum since most of the students are not native English speakers. So that's what I primarily worked on. But again, just to recap, I learned so much about international collaboration and its importance, the importance of teamwork, and again, two-way communication and learning the needs of community.